If you're a freelance photographer, there's basically only one thing that's guaranteed. You're gonna have to learn how to deal with the financial ups and downs, which are a totally normal part of the industry and should be expected. But I know it can really take away from that initial drive and passion that made you start pursuing your dreams and start building the business and lifestyle of your dreams. So what if you didn't have to stress about it so much? What if there were ways to grow a more sustainable business model that is season-proof, setting you up to have a better work-life balance in the long term? And what if you could make more profit from the photos you're already shooting? In this video, I wanted to share my top 5 ways to make extra money as a photographer that are going to help you build your business with minimal extra work involved. So, thanks for joining. Now let's get into it. So my number 1 tip is to diversify. So as a freelancer, even if you really like to work in one industry and it's your niche, every industry has its ups and downs, has seasonal, busy seasons, slow seasons, etc. So just like with investing or anything, it's good to have your hand in a few industries that are parallel to that one, so that whenever one is super slow, maybe the other one picks up. So you can keep your year-round schedule a lot more consistent and a lot more dependable and predictable. So let's say you're a real estate photographer. There are lots of parallel industries like landscape design, working with architects, working with interior designers, working with stagers, working with pool builders, landscaping companies, hotel industries, travel industry, basically anything involved with interior and exterior house photography you can do. That's worked really, really well for me in the past. It changes things up a little bit, keeps things a little bit more interesting because every industry is unique and has its own little interesting things about it. And if you're doing shoots for a more commercial type of purpose or portfolios that are long-term use, a lot of times you can actually charge more because they're going to get a lot more use out of those images. The only thing you really need to do to transfer your skills into a new industry is do some research, see what's important to those people, talk to your clients and see what they need, and then kind of shift the focus of your work a little bit differently to cater towards things that they care about and would want to market. So for example, if you're doing stuff with a landscape architect, you might want to do some detail shots of plants or like paving or cool little texture things that they care a lot about. Or if it's an interior designer, you want to get a lot of details of like fabric textures or furniture or shots of them staging. Overall, you can do pretty much the same thing, just tweak it a little bit to where it's going to make more sense for their marketing and their audience that they're trying to reach. So always be keeping an eye out for who are your clients working with for different similar industries. Who can you meet at like events and networking things that need similar stuff that you can provide, and get those business cards, reach out to them and get those clients. Quick interruption, if you're new, make sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications, leave a comment, say hey. And if you missed the launch of my course a few weeks ago, there's a link down below the video for that. If you're interested in real estate photography, getting started, it's live, and if you're watching this in the future, there's probably several other courses ready and available for you too. So anyways, back to the video. It's the coolest sound. There's just something different about shooting on film and not getting that instant gratification every time you do a shot. I like it. All right, so number 2, the easiest way to rack up more money per day is to offer shoots in bulk. So my tip is to go for the whole company instead of just individual clients. This is the easiest way to rack up a lot more money per day than just doing one shoot here, one shoot there, driving all over town. You can set up and do a bunch of shoots in the same location, in the same day, and get paid a lot more. So a few of my favorite ways to do this are office headshots. So you can literally just go set up your backdrop, set up all your flashes and stuff at an office, and then schedule it at a time where the employees can come in like 10 minutes each, get their photo, move on to their day, and it's super convenient for them and it's super easy for you. And because your lighting is going to be the same for every photo, the editing is like really, really easy for these. You could also do this same concept on location somewhere that looks cool. Just secure the location, let people come in 15-minute, 20-minute intervals and get a few shots, and then go on with their day. Everybody gets content, you get to meet some new clients, and you can just hang out at the same spot all day. All right, number 3 is make social media content out of your photos instead of just delivering your photos. By doing this, you can make their life easier. They don't have to hire a social media team. You can add more value to what you're providing for them and upsell them to make more money too. So that's the goal with any of these, is to be offering a solution to the things that people need. That's how you make a business. So a quick example of how you can do this is literally just take any photo, go onto a website like canva.com is a really easy one, add some text to make it into an ad that maybe you get from your client, put it into one of their templates that's super easy to use, and all of a sudden you have a photo with a graphic or like an animation or something on it, and that might be a lot more interesting thing to post on social media or to make into an ad or all sorts of stuff. Depending on what the photo shoot is or what the video shoot is, you could turn one shoot into like 10 different ads for that client instead of just blank photos. So it might take a little bit more thinking outside the box, but there's a lot of easy things you could do to make their marketing a lot more effective and make their life easier because they're not having to deal with it. On top of that, you could even branch out and add social media management to your business as another service you offer. So with all these posts, with all these photos you're doing, you could be the person that posts on their social media for them. Anybody can post on social media, but if you take some time, learn a little bit more than the average person knows about it, people are totally willing to pay you like a monthly fee for that if you do a certain number of posts per week. And you could easily outsource this to somebody or hire somebody and train them how to do it. The main thing here that you're providing is saving them time, saving them mental energy that it takes to post on social media and keep up with it. Because most business owners and clients you're gonna have don't have time to think about all that. Another similar thing I recommend is every shoot you do, get some extra photos that are kind of more generic of your area or whatever it is you're shooting, and you can advertise those to any other local business that might need photos of your city or certain location, things they can use for like stock photos basically for their website or for social media. So if you're already at a cool place or have a cool vantage point of your city, I always try to get extra photos that I could maybe use for stuff like that in the future. All right, so number 4, this is probably the most important one that anybody can do today, the next week, next month, whatever, is to raise your prices. Basically, nobody charges as much as they actually should, so this is the one that everybody can do right away. You can raise your prices at least like 3 or 5%, and probably any client that actually appreciates your work is going to be okay with it. Prices for everything go up every year, every month, every day, so why shouldn't you charge more for your services as time goes on? So here's a few benefits and reasons you can use for raising your prices. So number 1 is getting more money to invest back into your business, into like gear, software, and potentially hiring people and expanding the business in ways that you need to. It's going to benefit your clients because it's going to be more sustainable long-term. You're not going to go out of business because you're stuck not charging enough. It's going to help you stay inspired and motivated to put in the work, do better quality and everything like that as time goes on, so your business is going to be more beneficial for them long term as their business grows too. So in the short term, you might lose some clients up front, but they'll free up some space for better clients that you can find over the long term and keep building that more sustainable business model. All right, so the last one, number 5, is to expand your business as soon as you possibly can. The sooner you put more money back into your business by hiring people, outsourcing things, building a team for any type of reason, the sooner it's gonna be less stressful, less burnout, and by having more people involved, you're gonna be able to take better care of your clients, do more work, and obviously make more money as a business. I know this one isn't for everybody. Not everybody's trying to build a big business or anything, but at least outsourcing the stuff that drains you or can help grow your business is really something that I think everybody should think about. I know one of the hardest things and the reason why most people don't do this is because they're afraid of losing quality. But quality is kind of subjective. So I know for me at least, if I look back at anything I did even just a year ago or 6 months ago, there's always things I think I could do better. So as long as you have someone that's doing something at least like 80% to the quality that you hold your standards at, it's probably gonna be okay, and they're gonna get better over time too. So I think it's definitely at least worth giving it a chance, and it's a great opportunity for you to give back and help build that person up and develop their skills while making your life a lot easier. So one last thing to think about while you're moving into the future as a freelance photographer. There's two general paths you can take. You can work all by yourself, get busier and busier and busier and busier over time, lose track of your free time, overwork yourself. This is just from experiences, what I've done. Or you could put that same amount of work into building a system that's gonna be sustainable for you long-term, where eventually you could even just manage it and not even have to do the shoots. So I know for me, the second one sounds a lot better, but obviously it's up to you. I just don't want you guys to get burnt out, and hope you at least consider some of this stuff as a way to do a little bit more work, make more money, or do the same amount of work and hopefully build something that's a lot more sustainable and happy for yourself long-term, to where you can actually achieve those lifestyle and career goals at the same time. And that's it. Thanks again for being here. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified when there's new content, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.